Hello everybody, and good afternoon. Good to see you again. Firstly, I spoke to you on my first week here, and I'd just like to begin today by saying thank you for all of the wishes and good wishes that people have sent in. As we get closer to half term, I'm really appreciative. When I spoke to you last time, I said I would invite you in after half term for some questions and answers, maybe about vision. Some parents want to talk to me about our attitudes to learning program, so I'll write to you after we come back and invite you in probably towards the end of November, so we can have a couple of evenings together with the different age groups. I want to talk to you today about our attitude to learning. When I spoke to the children the first time in assemblies, I talked to them about the idea of Maslow's theory of hierarchical needs, and that one need has to be met before another one can be met, and you've got to start at the beginning. So a little bit controversial, I think, probably at the start, but the first need at any school is attitude to learning and behaviour for learning, and we call behaviour for citizens. And you will know that over the 6 weeks so far, we've started at the school gate. We've looked at uniform, we've looked at punctuality, we've looked at arrival on time into lessons, and they're all our ABCs. So we've challenged students to know their ABCs. Upon arrival at the school, what's expected of you. Around the building of the school, what's expected of you. In the classroom of the school, what's expected of you. During your downtime, what's expected of you. And at the end of the day, what's expected of you. There have been lots of rewards, and maybe they've talked to you about tokens that they've received and about tokens that they've received. I've had assemblies last week with all of the students. I did them myself. We talked about feedback. We gave them feedback on what we asked them to do. We were able to share with them the tokens that they've received, so it's not just about a sanction if somebody doesn't do something. It's more important to reward, because we're asking them to do various things, and it's important that we reward them. And that went really well. And equally, I've done all of the training with the staff. And I told the students in assembly, as we begun this week, the focus this week was on the C, which is classroom expectations, and our classroom standards, which is learn. Listen to the teacher and talk when they're not talking. Enter the classroom on time with the correct equipment and ready to learn. Aim to do the work of the highest quality at all times. Respect the rights of everybody to learn without disruption, and not call out and put your hand up. And the expectations that I shared with the students, and I also shared with them the training sessions that I did with staff. And I told the students that I've asked the staff to challenge them on those expectations, to arrive on time, to arrive wearing the correct uniform, and then in lesson to do the best. And I've also asked staff to reward them as much as possible. We'll look at the review of it just before half term at the end of next week. We've gone for 2 weeks of this before we break up, because I think they could manage 2 weeks of it, because the expectations around the school, people tell me, have improved greatly. And even on our attendance, our punctuality. On our first day, 10% of the school was late. Last Friday, we've got that down to 1%. And it's not just sanctions. Students collect loyalty cards, and they may have told you about this at home. They collect loyalty cards for being on time and wearing their uniform correctly, and those loyalty cards then get exchanged into tokens and prizes and rewards. So it's very much about rewarding what we're asking them to do, and of course where they don't do it, as in life, you've got a consequence to face, and that's what it is. It's a social penalty more than anything else. But my message is that the training with the staff, the message that I gave to the staff, is the same message that I gave to the students, and it would appear that that's how both sets feel about it. I think everybody's getting a clear picture as to what's expected, but also how they can be rewarded. So I'll come and speak to you again after half term. As always, if you've got any questions, you can email direct into school, or you can email secretary@westgate.slough.sch.uk, and I'll see you hopefully towards the end of November. I'll write to you and be able to see each other face to face and have some conversations and answer any questions that you've got. Have a nice weekend. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.